Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In the last video in this series, we broke down the different LinkedIn plans, that's free versus premium versus sales navigator, and we talked about which one makes most sense for sales professionals. If you haven't seen that yet, I have the link in the description. You can go and check that out. But what we are going to cover today is a follow through on that. We did discuss how Sales Navigator is one of the best LinkedIn plans for sales professionals, and that's what we are going to cover today. This is the first part of using Sales Navigator, and what we are going to cover today is how to actually use Sales Navigator for prospecting. That includes right from setting in your filters to building lead lists and tracking your prospects. Moving quickly into it, the first part to doing prospecting through Sales Navigator is to understand who is your ideal customer persona. Okay. So what we have done is that we have created a sample ICP for say B2B lead generation services, something that we are into. Over here we have four key matrices. One is our target audience, wherein we have defined who are the designations or who are the people that we would want to reach out to pitch our services. Then comes the target group. These are the industries where these people belong in or where they are working in. Next is the company size. This is where we are defining that how big the company needs to be for whom we want to pitch our services or for whom our services will be more relevant. The next is the target region. So what are the regions where we want to focus on to sell our services? These might be cities. So in our case we have mentioned Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad as the cities, but in your case you can mention the exact cities. This can be international as well as domestic, and you can mention those cities. This ICP is just a framework that will help you in defining who is it that you want to reach out to. Okay. So this is the first activity that we do whenever we start with prospecting. Okay. Now let's move on to Sales Navigator and start searching for these designations and see as to how this works. Okay. So the first step, as I said, is the target audience. So let's try and search for founder, which is the first keyword. Okay. When we search for founder, the first thing that we see is there are these results that come up. So if you can see the total 9 million plus results. Now it's time for us to refine this, narrow this down exactly as per the ICP that we want. So then we will see that okay, the next matrix was the target group. So let's go to the industry filter over here on the left hand side and type in IT. So IT, there are multiple if you can see, there are multiple industries that are mentioned, but the one that we'll go ahead with is the IT services and IT consulting. The reason for choosing this is the remaining IT industries that are there, these are all sub industries of IT services and IT consulting, right? Again, this result has narrowed down to 700,000 plus. Okay, we need to refine it more. Next, let's take up the regions. So the target regions being, let me just take up Mumbai. Okay, now over here I've taken up Mumbai, and we see that the results has again narrowed down to 7,500 plus results. Okay, when I'm able to see founders and CEOs, co-founder and business head, right? So these are the sort of results that I'm getting in. But again, let me just hover on to the companies. So if you can see over here, the company headcount over here is 13 employees. Over here it's 1 employee, again 4 employees. So I'm not quite sure whether these sort of companies would fit into my ICP or whether I want to pitch them or not. So let me just put in the headcount filter next. So headcount, as I mentioned earlier, we are taking 11 to 50, 51 to 200 and 200 to 500, right? Let's start with 200 to 500. Let's see what the results are. So for 200 to 500 we can see we're getting 382 results, right? Again, I'll just hover over the companies to see that how many actual employees they have. So it's 424 employees that this company has. Again 299. This sort of falls into my headcount criteria as well. Okay, but again now I'm seeing the designations. I was just looking for founders. I'm getting founder and CVO, then director, chief technology officer. So there's quite a lot of variation. So one thing I'll share over here is that LinkedIn search is often based on a keyword based search. What does that mean is that if I'm searching for founder over here, what LinkedIn Sales Navigator does it it doesn't just search founder in the job title of that particular person, but also across their entire profile. If they have mentioned the word founder, it takes up all of their results. Okay, like in this case, if you can see, this person is a senior VP, but he has had a past experience as a co-founder and CEO. That's wherein it has taken the founder as the keyword. So what we do over here to sort of get a much targeted result is we use the current job title filter and put in founder over there. Okay, now let's see if this brings us better result. So yes, now I can see that, okay, at least from my top 5 I have 2 who are founders, and you can again see that it gives me more relevant results. Okay. So we often use the current job title also as a designation filter, and we also use it as a keyword filter. Now over here, if I'm say, for example, I want to search for multiple filters, or I want to see multiple audiences, all I just need to do is say next over here I just need to put in, say I'm looking for head of sales. Okay, so I'll just type in head of sales, and you can see that in the drop down over here you are able to see many other variations of that particular keyword. So I'll just copy this. I'll just take say head of sales. I'll see what are the other departments. So I'll say head of sales is also that I want to focus on. I want to focus on head of corporate sales. So this way you can use multiple designations and job title filters. Okay, and once you have done this, just remove the keyword from here. Okay, so when you do that, you again get much better results. Okay, so we have 141 results that we are looking for. As a salesperson, what we do next is we need to understand and go through the particular person's profile. So when I click on the profile, the best part about Sales Navigator is it doesn't take you through a separate page or open a new page itself to actually get to that particular profile. So what we do over here is we can directly get the profile over here, and we can quickly see that, okay, what is the person's work profile, is that relevant to what we want to pitch or whom we want to pitch to. We can see their past experiences, that, okay, the person has been a founder and CEO at that particular company for a specific period of time. So all of these are data points for us as salespeople to know, to understand, and this is the first part of prospecting. Okay, that is finding the relevant people. Say you have found out the relevant profiles, all you need to then do is create a lead list. So to create a lead list, you can select those profiles that are relevant. Okay, so say these are the profiles that I found relevant that I want to approach. I'll just create a lead list by clicking on the save to lead list, and I'll create a new list. Say for example, this is my lead list 1 that I want to approach in this particular week, and let's just put the date as 16th of June 2025. That's today's date. I'll create and save. What LinkedIn Sales Navigator offers is sort of a CRM workflow, wherein what I can do is that I can see that who are the shortlisted leads that I have on Sales Navigator, and it even gives me a summary of the outreach activity. So say if I'm sending a connection request over here, okay, say for example I just send connection request to all of these people who are relevant to me. One thing I would like to highlight over here is what you can do is you can even add a note while sending the connection. If you have anything specific that you have seen in that particular person's profile and you want to highlight, you can mention that. We have seen both cases that when you send a note and it's the right, if it's the right person, if it clicks, then your connection acceptance rate increases. But in case if the person is not quite exact fit to your ICP and you're sending a connection note, then it becomes connection ratio, acceptance rate ratio reduces. Now if you see over here, we have sent the connection request. What we need to do is we just simply refresh this, and we'll see that in terms of the outreach activity, okay, once it has refreshed, it will just quickly update that, okay, connection was sent on this particular date. So if you can see over here, there is the invitation sent and 40 seconds ago. So this sort of helps in keeping a track over time that when did I send this particular person an invitation, and do I need to send him a follow-up message or so, or has the person accepted my request or so, right? So this is the part one of our Sales Navigator training, wherein we are teaching about how to use the different filters based on your ICPs, creating lead lists, and then sending the invitations and how to keep a track of it. In our next video, what we'll be covering is, say if the person has not accepted our LinkedIn connection, how do we still reach out to that particular person? So we'll be discussing on various tools that are available to extract contact information of these people, and the different ways in which we can approach them through calls, emails, or WhatsApp, right? If this video has helped you in understanding how Sales Navigator works, how you can do outreach through Sales Navigator, then please like and subscribe to our channel for more such videos. You can leave a comment behind as to what you have learned and what more would you want to learn through our videos. Thank you so much for watching.